गम गणपते नमो नमः. Om Vishwakarmane Namo Namah. Welcome, Namaste to all the viewers of our channel Soul Mitra by Sarvesh Shirvek. I am an architect and a project management professional by profession and a karmic alignment coach by passion. Did you know that the timing of your birth can reveal and direct you towards your soul purpose and probably align you towards the exit from the cycle of life and birth? On my personal journey into Vedic science, I found this fascinating and opening for all the possibilities life has to offer. It is now my life mission to connect souls, especially the young, towards their life purpose through karmic alignment. This channel is an attempt to approach Vedic science without fear and look at it in a simplified manner, giving it due recognition as a science for the goodwill of masses. Come, let's deep dive into the Vedic domain and explore some amazing secrets along the way. Let's begin. In the presentation today, we are going to now discuss and foresee the possibilities one can identify through their karmic alignment and reading of their birth chart as to what would be the probable diseases one could encounter in their lifetime. Is it not amazing that with the timing of your birth, you can be aware of all the diseases that might come in front of you in life, and you might be well aware and you can take precautionary measures well in time and in advance. So as a layman, how can you very easily identify those areas of life where you will face diseases with respect to health? So let's explore. As we are all aware, I've always been talking about the houses of our chart, which are identified by various significations, starting from the first house, moving towards the second in the anti-clockwise direction, and moving towards the 12th. At this moment, we are not going into the specific detail about the houses, but in this presentation, I'm specifically focusing on the three houses of our life where we have been always misunderstanding them. Which are these three houses? The 6th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house. If you know a little about Vedic science, the astrologers have always made a lot of fear about these three houses, calling them the evil houses and talking about them more as in the Hindi language, which are known as the Dushtana houses. But what they fail to tell you is that these are the three houses which can easily identify the reason where your health will go into a kind of suffering where you can be well aware about what is to be experienced in the future. Vedic science is not only telling you what is the reason or what is the cause of your story or what is the probable disease that you're going to face, but it is also showing you the way you can approach and handle it at much earlier stage. It's similar like going to a doctor at a preemptive stage in your life, until and unless you decide to only go to a doctor when you are at the fag end of the disease. So what does it mean? The 6th house of your chart represents that area of your life where you have to be careful in terms of where and what kind of disease you are going to encounter as a human being. The 8th house is that area of the house where, in the case where you have not taken precaution of the diseases that you are going to face in the 6th house, you will go into a chronic ailment of the same disease. And if you take it further, then you will end up getting hospitalized by the reason mentioned in the 12th house of your chart. Is it not fascinating? So that is why I'm saying Vedic science has got the power and potential to identify every domain of your life towards a better resolution. So when you're looking at a chart in a similar fashion, it talks about every house denotes some kind of diseases related to that particular house. And in this session, I'm going to try to tell you what is the most simplest way to approach the scenario of finding the disease pertaining to your own personal life. So when you are looking in terms of a case study, let me tell you easy way to find out how to interpret your chart and look at a probable scenario of a disease. In this scenario, I have taken a person with a Pisces ascendant, which would have a number 12 in the first house. Do remember, the ascendant chart is also known as the Lagna chart or the D1 in any form of astrology. So in the scenario of a Pisces ascendant, you can see that as I have clearly marked, the sixth house, you have to take into consideration the sixth house of the chart, which is denoted in this case by the number 5, and the sixth sign, which is in this case in the seventh house. So for our study, the step 1 indicates that we take the sixth house sign, which is the number 5, and the sixth sign house, which is the number 7. So we take the number 5 and number 7 in this study, and we move into that chart which I had shown earlier, which indicates the diseases for this native. So I have circled now the number 5 and number 7. So in this scenario, the native will suffer diseases related to the number 7 and number 5. So it's so easy to identify particular houses. So you can do this simplest exercise onto your own chart, and you will be able to identify that area of your life where you have to be careful with respect to the diseases. It is so simple as that. So you, instead of getting fear-mindedness approach towards Vedic science, open your eyes and see that all possibilities are waiting to be explored. Thank you for your attention. Please stay with us. Follow us on Soul Mitra on our Facebook page and also YouTube channel Soul Mitra by Sarvesh Sharma. Looking forward to your more support and attention to our future presentations and shares in the channel. Thank you very much.